Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody. We are going to get started. Hey, what's going on? Yes, the streams will be archived. All right, so if you guys missed these or if you come on a little later, they will be up on YouTube and you guys are going to get access to these as well as VIP members. All right, I haven't really figured that part out yet. I want to do more exclusive ones for VIP guys and their questions, but I'd love to get all of your questions as well on here. So what's up, everyone? Before we get started, I just want to remind you that I am going to be doing these live YouTube lives every Thursday at about 9 to 10 Eastern. Okay, so right now it's 10:15 Eastern. I wanted to get on a little earlier, but I had some business I had to take care of. I was really busy, but I want to be here for you. And like I said, every Thursday night we are doing these. So don't forget, I'm going to be around. Tony's going to be around every Thursday night around 9 to 10 Eastern. Okay, so remember that. You could always come and visit me, say hi, say what's up, think of a question during the week, and then come back. All right? Before we get started quickly, and I just want to say this is going to be, a quick 30 to 40 minute show. I don't want to go too long, too crazy, because it can go on and on. All right, I want to do these consistently, and I want to do them for about 30 to 40 minutes max. The first 10 minutes or so is basic content that I want to get out to you, and I want to share with you. Like the main headline of this YouTube is make money with auto body and paint. All right, estimating tips. I want to share with you some ideas on how you can get started. Some of you may not really care about this. Some of you may want to know about it if you're getting into this. So quickly before we get started, for the next minute or so, if you guys can just type in where you're from, and I just want to call some out. So if you're, wherever you're from in the world, just type it in. I want to shout out some names, shout out some places here. And we'll get started. I'm over here in Dallas, Texas, live right now. Next week, I will be in Japan doing these for you. All right, so I'm going to be in a different location. I'll get my laptop. I'll show you around wherever I'm at in Japan next week, and we'll do that. All right, so let's see. We got San Antonio. We got Missouri. We got Ohio. We got Central Florida. We got Jacksonville, Alabama. Come on, keep it coming. Where are you guys from? And then I will get into the main topic here, and then after that, I will go back and answer your Q&A. We'll do some live Q&A for you, and we'll get started. All right. Now remember, this is very interactive. Okay, this is an interactive. I want you to play full out. This way, the more you give me, the more I can give you. Right? I always say this. Okay, we got Youngstown, Ohio, Indiana, Central Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, Abilene, Texas. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we got mostly U.S. people here today. Not too many from other different places around the world. I'm shocked. But as we keep going, more people are going to be coming on. So that's how we do it. Now, guys, don't forget to give me a like, to share it, and to share it with your friends and everyone. About the live shows that I'm doing, all right? Okay, so how many of you guys are actually interested in my title here? How to make money with auto body and paint. You guys curious on how you can make money off some friends and family by doing small side jobs? I know a lot of you guys are just getting started, but I was at a point where I was just getting started as well. And I would charge and do jobs and make money, right? And you make money, and you get to practice on other people's cars. And if you screw up, right, you got to do the section over again, or you got to do the job over again. It's part of learning, right? You can't expect to learn and grow without screwing up. So screwing up is part of the process. It's normal, okay? Everybody screws up. If you don't screw up, you're not trying hard enough, right? You're not putting enough work in, okay? So the baseline for all of this is when you're first starting out, you can't charge that much, right? Because you don't have a portfolio, you don't have much experience, you're just getting started, right? So you can't say, oh yeah, I did the car in the car show last month. You don't have that credibility to say that, right? So you can't charge as much. But as you do more jobs and say you have 15 paint jobs under your belt, and you go to your 20th customer and you say, yeah, I painted about 20 cars, I know what I'm, it gives you credibility that you know what you're doing. And by then, you basically have more confidence in yourself, right? You guys getting this? You have more confidence, and you feel like you can do the job better, which entitles you to more money because you got more experience, you know what you're doing, and you can charge more. So that's how you go from $500, $1,000 paint jobs where you would probably start to an average of $5,000, $4,000 paint jobs to $7,000, and you can go higher than that. The highest I've done was a $12,000 paint job. I know people who charge $20,000, $25,000. That's when you're doing like a complete a restoration and you're going down to metal, going crazy for show cars. But that's the deal. Okay, so when first starting out, we're just gonna go over this for the next 5-7 minutes, and I'll answer your questions. When you're first doing your job, let's start with a complete paint job. So we have a complete paint job in back of me of a Miata, right? And if we were doing that for a customer and you're getting started, right? Maybe you painted 2 of your own cars. You have a little idea. Let me put some more lights on. Maybe I should put some more lights on back here. It seems kind of dark. 1 second. Maybe that'll help. Okay, that might help a little bit more. Okay, so, we got a little full paint job here, and when you think of estimating body jobs, right, the first thing you want to think of is what kind of quality does this person want? Does he want high quality or low quality? Does he want expensive or cheap paints? Okay, so when doing a full complete, this is a little car, right? And say you had a friend that just said, hey, man, I just want to put a paint job on it. I don't want to go crazy. I don't care if you don't have to do it with base coat, clear coat, the expensive paint. You could just do it. 1 sec. So this is how prepared I am for these, right? Your buddy just wants a quick paint job, and you're going to do an enamel. So you have single stage enamel, which is single stage. So it's basically, you mix up the paint, you got your paint in a gallon, and then you got your hardener, right? It's single stage mixing where there's no clear coat. It's shiny, right? So as soon as you lay it on, you wait 15 minutes and you put another, it's usually 2 to 3 heavy coats, right? Medium to heavy coats. And that's it, right? It's an easy paint job. Your preparation doesn't have to be that crazy. You could finish sanding with about 320, 280 to 320, and you're ready to blast. You don't have to get too crazy with primering the whole car. You could, it's a very, very thick paint. So when doing a complete paint job, you want to consider the type of paint, right? Base coat, clear coat, which is expensive. Single stage, which is cheap paint, okay, like Mako paint, cheap paint. Mako does offer base coat, clear coat too, by the way. But and you also want to think of size of car, okay? So if you have a small little 2-door like this, okay, you got one price, and then if you got a 4-door, you got another price. And if you got a big truck, you got another price. You want to add a couple of $100 here or there for the size. Paint material, for the cheap stuff, you can get a full kit for about $100 to $150 for all the paint, okay? Which is pretty good paint though. It's cheap stuff, but it's good paint. It's probably better quality than Mako got, all right? And then the expensive stuff, you can pay $2.50 a gallon just for clear. I don't know why my internet or what's going on. I think probably because of the stream quality. I kind of upped it a little bit so we get Yeah, bad connection. I see that. Different thing when you do live streaming. Yeah, I see it on my side. When you do live streaming, you could pick how the quality of the video, and next time I'm going to pick a lower quality. This is only a 480p. Yeah, it is the audio, not the audio, but the internet. Okay, so anyway, when first starting out, you guys hear me now? Hopefully this is okay. Okay, great. When first doing a paint job, you want to charge about, I would say, if you're doing enamel, $1,000 is pretty good. 1,200. Okay, I used to charge around 1,500 for enamel paint jobs. I don't do them anymore for customers, right? But when I was 10 years ago, I used to charge about 1,500 to do an enamel paint job. Okay, I used to charge 2,500 and up to do base coat, clear coat, because your material cost is going to go up. You got a little more extra labor. Okay, so basically, say you charged $1,000 to 1,500, all right, for your single stage paint job. It's going to cost you about 150. Maybe let's wrap in an extra $50 for masking tape and paper, right? You need some masking tape. So say it costs you 200, right? Now you could do this in your garage. If you're live in a farm, rural area, you could do it in a barn outside, in a garage under a tent. If you rent a spray booth, is what you could also do. It's probably going to cost you $75 to 150, depending on where you go to rent your spray booth. Because you could go rent spray booths at your local auto body shop area. Just go into the industrial zone and go to every body shop down there and say, hey, can I rent your spray booth this weekend? They will rent it out, all right? When my father had his huge shop going, we used to rent out our spray booth, and that used to pay for our rent at the shop, renting the spray booth out. We had one big guy across the street. All he did was he used to paint trucks. He didn't have a spray booth. He used to pay us like $2,500 a month just to use his booth, and he would like paint like 5 cars a week. And we would rent it out on weekends. A guy would come in and do a show car. You can make a lot of money. That's like another business topic that I could get into on a next YouTube stream about how to basically have a spray booth and rent it out. So that's a huge thing. And if you're doing base coat, clear coat, you could probably charge around $1,500 to $2,500 when you're first starting out. Okay, that's a really good price. Okay, so you take all of the you take all of your experience, okay, whatever you're learning on, and you could start small. You could start with a fender, right? How much does it cost to paint a fender on a car? You could charge somebody anywhere from, and that's where I would start if I were you. Start doing little damages. Start painting someone's bumper repair. Start painting a fender, maybe somebody's hood. All right, because material is going to cost you, once you buy a gallon, and you always want to buy a gallon kit of clear because you're not going to use the whole thing on one job. That can be like four to five touch-up jobs. All right, one whole kit gallon. So you buy it the first time around, it's going to cost you maybe $150 for some good clear, or even $100. You can get good clears for about $100, right? And that'll last you 5 jobs. All you got to do is buy maybe a pint of base coat or whatever color you're doing on the job. Are you guys liking this so far? And you could basically just do the guy's fender or his bumper and charge him $350 easy to repair a dent or to paint a panel. $350. So if it costs you $100, you make $250 in a few hours, because it really doesn't take long to prep and paint one single panel. Like, you could have a dent in a fender, take it out, body work it, get it ready for paint, and realistically 2 to 3 hours, right? It'll take you 30 minutes to paint it. So when basically 5 hours you could knock out someone's bumper, someone's fender, or 2 to 250. I mean, not bad. If you're doing a hood, you could charge $500 to do a hood. All right, but that's doing a good job. And you may have to basically do some color sanding and buffing. How many of you guys like this content? How many of you guys would like a little bit more in-depth, like a cheat sheet infographic on the whole steps of this and how? I don't know. You guys tell me if you guys like this topic. But basically, that's it. And the more and more you keep doing, the more you can start charging. Okay? All right. Awesome, awesome. Yes, cheat sheet. Okay, great. How many of you guys on here, I just want to get a quick count. I like to interact. How many of you guys on here, this is your first time on my live YouTube? How many people? Just put first time. Just type first time in. I just want to see. I just need to know. Like what's going on. First time. A lot of first. Cool. Awesome. 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 So you guys enjoying the content. All right. So I don't know if you want to learn more on this. I'm going to open it up to Q&A now. We're on about 15 minutes. I'm going to open up to Q&A. We could talk more about what I just talked about. The title of this, Make Money with Auto Body, estimating tips. I gave you information on paint cost, okay? Base coat, clear coat, single stage enamel, paint cost, the difference in paints. And I gave you information on how to do an overall estimate. You got 2 doors, you got your 4-door, and then you got your trucks and vans. So you want to charge a little bit more because it's going to take you a little bit more time to doing that. But overall, once you have, I would say, 3 full complete paint jobs under your belt, by then you pretty much got the hang of it, okay? And I would charge probably $2,000 for a single stage and $2,500 to $3,000 for base coat, clear coat as a starting point. If the guy wants you to get down and dirty and color sand and buff it after that, I'll charge extra. But sometimes people are like, just paint it. Sometimes people are like, paint it, but I want a showroom finish. And to get the showroom finish, you basically need to sand the car down with 2,000 grit, 2,500 grit, and buff it out. And that's a 1 to 2 day job max. Well, to do it right, it's going to take you about 2 days, okay? Because one day you're probably going to be sanding. Next day you're going to be buffing your ass out for about 8 hours, right? Car, nice. Like, all right, went offline, and we are back. I actually stopped talking, so we didn't miss any content. Hope it comes back on with no problems. Okay. What would you charge for a motorcycle Badger type? Well, motorcycles are just as tedious, but I would say for a nice paint job on a motorcycle, at least $1,000. And you could always, when you're giving out prices, you could always say this much plus material. So you could make money on the material. So you could say, I'm going to charge you $1,000. You pay for material. All right, so you go get the material. Maybe you pay 200 and you say it was 300 material. Okay, we could get into the details of how to get the money from the people, right? I usually give me half down, half when you pick up the car, cash or certified check. But the check has to be, you got to be able to cash the check. I got screwed one time, right? Somebody gave me a bad check one time, no more, right? Back butt buffering. Let me take this into the office, guys. Maybe we'll get a better connection from the office. All right, guys, I'm going to invite you into my office. Maybe we... Let me see. We live? Okay. You guys here? Okay, great. Dude, I'm sorry. We lost a lot of people. Okay. Where were we? Change lower quality on video. I can't do that. Like, I have to end this to redo it. There's no settings here for me to change it to a lower bit rate right now. So next time, I know, maybe I'll try with Google Hangouts next time. But I will set it to a lower bit rate. We're not doing any technical, you know, visual stuff, so I guess it's okay. Okay, sorry about that. We got another 10-15 minutes and we'll wrap it up. You guys hearing me okay now, right? Yeah, well, I don't have any of those cables. I'm strictly Wi-Fi. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Really, this is it gets frustrating when it gets frustrating, you know? Okay, so let's get back to Q&A. You guys can hear me, right? Okay. So, I'm wondering how many gallons and horsepower compressor for beginners to paint the whole car. Let's say like a 91 Cadillac Fleetwood. All right, Cadillac's a big car. I've done it, okay, many times. You can paint the full car with a 30-gallon, 5 horsepower compressor. You can do it. But it takes a little bit of skill because you always have to play catch up with the compressor. Everybody hears me. Chris, it's got to be your end, Chris. Check your end. Everybody hears me in here. All right? But what I do recommend is you need the volume. Okay? You need the backup air pressure when painting a full car. All right? If you can get a 60-gallon compressor, 5 to 8 horsepower, right? It's going to pump out a nice amount of CFM for you for your spray gun. It's going to be a lot easier. Okay, you can do it with a 30-gallon, 33-gallon, but you're going to have to be a little bit more. What's the word? You're going to have to be a little bit more. The word's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think it. Sensitive to feeling the air pressure. Okay, so when you're painting with a 30-gallon, right? You could say the compressor's fully maxed out, right? You got 150 pounds in there. You got 28 coming out of your gun, right? You're spraying, right? And as you keep painting, right, the volume of air is starting to dissipate in that 33-gallon tank pretty quickly because you're painting, right? And then your compressor is going to kick on, trying to fill that tank back up, right? And your pressure is going to start to drop on your spray gun, and you're going to start to notice it, right? That's when you have to start painting a little bit closer to the panel, okay? You got to do a little bit of the stuff, and you're going to have to wait for the compressor to fill up again, and then go at it again, okay? So you're basically you're going to be playing catch up with a 30-gallon, but you can do it. I've done it. I've probably painted about 5 or 6 complete cars with a 33. There were times at the shop where the big tank went off. We had a 80-gallon compressor with a Quincy, like I forgot, like 10 or 15 horsepower, you know, three-stage motor on it, and it went out for like a couple of days, so we had to have it all fixed up. But we were using the 33-gallon out of the shop as a spare, but we were getting the job done. All right, so you can do it. Yeah, the Concourse is a pretty good gun, but you could also get low volume, low pressure spray guns, and we sell them at the shop as well at LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com shop. Just get a low volume, low pressure spray gun, and it'll compensate for that. That'll help a lot. Okay, so hi from Glen, Australia. Can you spray 2K over 1K? Can still get 1K acrylic here in Australia? Yeah, absolutely. So if you have a 2K paint on your car, you could just sand it down with 400 grit, get it all flat, right? All matte looking, and then you could just spray 2K right on top of that. It's not going to hurt it. You'll be fine. Put 2 to 3 coats of that on there. All right, you guys liking this so far? Okay, let's go to Nick. What's the best way to remove large amounts of surface rust to prep for body work? Well, I would basically get a grinder. You could use a stone grinder or a regular, a regular grinder with maybe like a 16 grit pad on it. Okay, a grinding pad, and just grind it all down. And once you do that, I would have a little spray bottle, 50% vinegar, 50% water. I do 50-50. Spray it on there and let the vinegar kill it, and make sure to scuff it again. And then you could, I don't know what you're doing as far as patching the job. You could be doing sheet metal, spot welding, which I usually do. I actually have a whole complete section in the VIP course that teaches you that. And you could just, if you're doing a little hole on a quarter panel and you want to do a dirty job, it depends on what your end goal is too. You could be doing cheap jobs, getting the job out, bondoing the rust holes up, then you just don't have to do anything to it. I've grinded out areas of pulled out socks, pulled out rags from quarter panels, right? People stuffing in newspaper and then putting Bondo in holes, right? People do that, right? Some body shops some body shops are shady as shit. I've never done that. I like to put some metal in there and then I put my body work, put my filler over it and get it nice. So spot welding and small dents. Awesome. Yeah, so I would just grind it down, do that, and get the job done. Now, for you first timers here, I am giving away a free 85-page auto body and paint manual. And you want to make sure. Hey guys, dude, can you guys hear me? This is ridiculous. This is the first time this happened to me this much. Now it says the stream it's doing some weird shit on its own. Anyway, you guys here? You guys hearing me or no? Okay, I am going to wrap it up for tonight. I'm sorry about this. We're on for 32 minutes so far. Next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure we go at a lower bit rate, and I'm going to make sure this is set up even better. All right. This is the first time this happened so many times, and it's really frustrating. All right. We lost a lot of people again. But anyway, remember to come back on every Thursday night for about a half hour to 40 minutes. We're going to be doing this. And check out the replay if you want to learn more. We're going to be doing a blog post on this. The whole thing is going to be transcribed and put on the blog. So if you're a reader type of person, you could always go back to the blog, LearnAutoBodyAndPaint.com/blog, and you could check out the other shows as well. Yeah, I know, but usually it's okay. And I only have 6% on my computer right now. But there's so many questions here. Okay. When molding a panel, do you use short strand reinforced fiberglass for first coat of filler? Yeah, you could use kitty hair. All right, you can use kitty hair if you want to do if you're doing welding in panels. But you really don't have to because you put in a panel. You know what I mean? You really don't have to, but you can if you want to. use a kitty hair for the first coat and then go over with your basic Bondo. Okay? Go to 140. No big deal. And I will see you guys on here again next week. Share it with your friends and family, and I promise next time I'm going to have a better streaming, something better set up. And next time, come back because you're going to see me in a totally different location. I'm going to be in Japan. All right, so I will show you what it looks like outside in Japan. I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm going to my wife's place in Japan. We're going to be there for a little while, hanging out. But I want to continue doing these quick auto body things for you. I think I could, help you out a lot and give you some ideas and pointers and tips and tricks on how to get things done. All right, I want to know more about you. Comment below if you have the time. If you have the time, comment below and tell me more about you. Like, I want to know what are your goals? Why are you here learning auto body and paint? Like, tell me more about you. This way I can read through them and I'll have stuff to talk about next time. Like, if a topic comes up, a certain topic or a theme comes up from you guys and you guys are here, then I'll take notes, and the next time we come on, I got something to talk about and I can connect with you a little bit better. All right? So basically, no, I'm not going there for marketing. I'm just going there. My daughter is going to see the doctor there, and we just have some family things to do. Okay, marketing, that's a great one. We will talk about that on the next call next week. Okay, how to market your auto body business when you're first getting started. Okay, maybe we'll get into something like that. That would even be a good series to add into VIP. What do you think? That's a good one. Yeah, Tony is going to be live every Thursday, 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. So go and convert that. 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern every Thursday night. And every Wednesday, we are doing the How to Buy and Sell Cars for Profit talks. All right, I have another website, another course that teaches people how to flip cars for profit and make money. It actually works with auto body because if you're buying cars and you want to sell them for profit, you do a little paint stuff to them and you can start making some money, generating some additional money from home. And that's what my courses, will teach you in combination, right? We got my auto body programs that teach you all of that. And we've been helping thousands of people from all over the world learn this stuff. So don't forget to get your book here. Check out VIP. And I will love to see you guys on. Share it with your friends and family. Tell your friends. If you have any friends that are like, yeah, or they're into auto body, right? Tell them to check out the show. Tell them to jump on. They might get their questions answered and get some inspiration or whatever, all right? I have a 64 with no paint. Where do I start? Okay, start with downloading this book. Okay, there's 85 pages of content in there. All right. Good day. My wife believes in this. Glenn, Australia. How you do your best color matching. Now, color matching is done by blending. Okay, so you blend, but you also have to have a good color matcher. Me, I don't really do much color matching. If I have a bunch of paints, then yeah, I'll do some color matching. But most of the time, I'll have my paint rep. They come down, they put the machine on the panel, they get the code, they make it, and they color match it. I don't like to worry about that color matching. I have them color match it, see how it looks, and then you do the rest of the color matching by blending. Okay, you have to trick the eye sometimes with matching, because you don't want to just. We'll get to that on the next call. It's 38 minutes now. I got to close it off. This blog is going to be very, very long. All right, please hit like. I will see you later. Here's my office view really quickly. Here's the little YSR 50 that we completed not too long ago. There's my little Polini motorcycle bike up there. I will see you on next week from Japan. Have a great night. Thank you for getting on. And I will see you on next week. Cheers! Thanks, guys. Thanks.